Well, good morning folks, and welcome to another scenery review. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, and back with you again with another review of yet another freeware scenery for you. We're in Norway and we're looking at Stavanger, Sola Airport in Norway, Echo November Zulu Victor. This is a freeware scenery by wombiiactual. Those of you who have seen his BERGWN scenery, which I've actually reviewed on my channel, will know this developer and know that his work is pretty quality. Currently looking at version 2.0.12 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. Again, it's released on flightsim.To, but I can't see any mention of compatibility for Xbox. This is the seventh update he's released so far, so this is a work in progress, and to be honest, it's getting better all the time. It's really nice. He's had over 39,000 downloads, which doesn't surprise me, to be honest. So as I said, this is free, doesn't cost anything at all. It's available from flightsim.To, and you will also need one other file. You will need the wombiiactual-assetpack, details of which I will put up and in the description for you, basically to add all the utilities that you'll see around the airport. As I said, this is a work in progress. It's by no means finished. Lots of detail to develop, particularly landside, but the airport is fully usable, and I've only found one little anomaly so far, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. But let's start with some history as ever. So, history. Stavanger Airport, Echoes November Zulu Victor, commonly known as Sola, is a public/military international airport owned and operated by Avinor, which is a private company that operates a lot of airports in Norway. The airport is located in Rogaland County, just 6.9 miles or 11 kilometers southwest of the center of the city of Stavanger, inside the neighboring municipality of Sola. The airport serves the city of Stavanger and in addition serves as a regional hub for southwest Norway. It's Norway's third busiest airport, with both fixed wing and helicopter traffic for the offshore North Sea oil installation industry. And the Royal Norwegian Air Force operates Westland Sea King search and rescue helicopters from the Sola Air Station. The airport served over 4.5 million passengers and had over 85,000 aircraft movements in 2015. 5 airlines offer flights to 9 domestic destinations, while 10 airlines offer international flights to over 37 destinations. 2 helicopter companies operate out of Sola. The busiest route is Sola to Oslo Gardermoen, which has about 28 daily flights. In the vicinity of the airport there's an aeronautical museum known as the Flyhistorisk Museum in Sola. Stavanger is Norway's oldest airport, opened by King Haakon VII in May 1937. After the World War, the Norwegian Air Force stationed itself on the field, and Sola Station has been of vital importance to the Norwegian Armed Forces. The airport has 2 passenger terminals, one for aircraft and one for helicopters. In 2009, the aircraft terminal began expansion with new gates being built. There was much controversy over the installation of jetways, but finally Avinor was persuaded to install them, and now there are 12 jetway-equipped stands. In March 1989, the helicopter terminal was opened, located on the west side of the main building, with space for up to 12 helicopters. So if you look at this shot here, you can see the aircraft stands and the sort of aircraft terminal on this side here. And then on this side here you can see all the helicopter stands, and you can see some Westland Sea Kings parked here. So that does it for history, and there you can see some shots of just how good this scenery looks. So let's have a look at the jetways at this airport. Okay, so let's look at jetways. Here we are on stand 15, the aircraft is parked, spawned on the spot. Before we test this jetway, I just want to show you something else. This is stand 16 next door, and from what I can see, it's the only stand where the parking position is incorrectly set, such that the jetway will never reach the door. I've actually tested this, and it doesn't work. So if you spawn onto this stand here, as normal, this jetway unfortunately won't reach the front door. but as far as I can see, it's the only jetway equipped stand where this happens. So let's get back to the jetway test on the 15, and let's test the jetway. Okay, nice and slow moving, and like many other jetways, you can see the stairs do go into the concrete. But there you go, that's good positioning, and actually the cover covers the aircraft skin really well. It doesn't appear to go right inside the skin, which is really good. Just a quick close-up look, there you can see the wheels and the stairwell have gone into the concrete, which, as I said, happens with many jetways, so it's just something to point out, nothing more than that. The jetway works for you anyway. And a quick look from the other side, and there you can see there is a slight gap, but actually, as far as I can see, the jetway at bottom is actually up to close to the aircraft. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It hasn't gone through the skin, but then it's not snug with the aircraft. But then I don't think there's very few jetways that are. So let's disconnect. And there you go, it moves back to the original position perfectly well. And the wheels actually come up out of the concrete, and they do turn, which is another plus. So there you go, that's the jetway working for you. As far as I can tell, it's only jetway 16, stand 16 there, that has the problem where the jetway doesn't actually reach the aircraft when you park or spawn onto this spot here. So Runway's, here we are, I've lowered the lighting for you just before sunset. So Stavanger operates two main runways, 2810 and 3618. Runway 3618 is the longest, measuring 8,875 feet or 2,705 meters, and is made from asphalt. The shorter runway, 2810, measures 8,045 feet or 2,452 meters, and is also made from asphalt. The airport lies at an elevation of 29 feet or 9 meters and is located within the GMT UTC +2 hours time zone. So like much of Europe, Norway does observe daylight saving time, or DST, and so is currently 1 hour ahead of the UK. So runway 18, we're currently looking down the throat of that runway now, features high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system, centerline lighting, short field lighting, and precision approach path indicators on both sides. Now as we look here, you can see you've got the two sets of PAPIs, centerline lighting. You've also got touchdown zone lighting here on the runway, which isn't mentioned on the charts, but it's included in the scenery. And here's the short field approach lighting system. So that's all as per it should be. This runway has an instrument landing system, a standard one. It also features RNP and VOR approach options as well. So let's have a look at the other end, runway 36. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 36, the other end. And there you can see the sun is sinking in the left towards there. Runway 36 is exactly the same as runway 18. High intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system, centerline lighting, and precision approach path indicators on both sides. We also have an instrument landing system here, and RNP and VOR approach options as well. So here's just everything as per the others, the other side, with the exception of the touchdown zone lighting, which was included at the other end. But that's probably just an Asobo thing. So let's have a look at runway 28. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 28, and as per the other two runways, you have the same high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system, the centerline lighting, and the precision approach path indicators on both sides. However, this runway is not equipped with an ILS. You have RNP and VOR approach options only at this runway. And finally, let's look at the other end, runway 10. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 10, and this runway has high intensity runway lighting, the high intensity airport lighting system, centerline lighting, also has the short field lighting here, and precision approach path indicators, this time just one on the left hand side. Not sure why all three other ends are equipped with double PAPIs and this one has just the one, but that's what the chart says and the scenery has it correct. Again, no ILS here, but there are RNP and VR approach options for this runway. So there you go, that does it for runways. As you can see, I mean, the whole location looks really beautiful in the sunset. But let's get back to the daytime and have a close look at this airport and see what he's done so far. Okay, so let's do a daytime tour around the airport. We'll start with a short run across the ramp, going across the main ramp and looking at a few buildings here in the central area and the bits and pieces that are there, and then we'll look at one or two bits and pieces on the outlying parts of the airport. I want to try and keep this short because scenery is a work in progress, there's more to come, but I just wanted you to get a glimpse of just how good it is at the moment. So let's start a main tour here. So as you can see, we approach the main terminal airport area and you've got little bits and pieces all over the place. Ground markings look really good. The terminal building looks excellent. It's done a nice job on that. As you can see landside there's more to do. But for the pilot's point of view, airside, everything looks great here. Lots of clutter, beautiful markings on the ground. Here's part of the snow base and the control tower as well. Control tower looks great. No internal modelling, but you can see it. Again, beautifully modelled buildings. Little bits of photo scenery down there that presumably, hopefully will be replaced as time goes on. These car parks certainly need to be properly 3D modelled to make the scenery look really good. Now we come to the helicopter side of the airport. This is the terminal where the helicopters are. And as you can see, the models are excellent. And as we traverse backwards across the hangar, there you can see a beautiful work has been done on the hangar doors. Really, really nice. Just a couple of tours around some of the outlying areas. There's a nice broken aircraft there, which presumably I think they use for fire testing. I think it's the fire ground. And here just looking at some of the sort of off-airport or external boundary parts of the airport. Again, some nice modelling here. Visually looks really nice. You've got some basic buildings on and slightly off the airport as well. No boundary fence here, but as you can see there's more work to do still. But at the moment it looks really, really nice. Another big hangar here. So while we're here, let's look at taxiway signage. As you can see, signage looks perfectly okay, and we have wigwags for the runway entrance here. This is the entrance to runway 28. I mean, it looks fine, perfectly acceptable. There's a close-up look. I mean, it just looks great, and I should think it would look pretty impressive at night time too. And again we come towards the threshold. Oh, actually that wasn't runway 28, was it? But anyway, this is the threshold runway 28 here with the it displays threshold as well. More helicopter parking over here. And again, off airport buildings, the whole layout looks really quite good. Obviously, as I said, this is a work in progress. There's more to do. I'm sure he will be adding to it and improving it and updated. I've had a look and I can't see any other scenery for Stavanger Airport. available for FlightSim 2020. This is the only one, but it's decent. There you've got some hangars there built into the ground, and here you've got the main highway with the traffic going along it as well on the northern end. And again, it sits in a really stunning location here. And the whole thing just looks really nice. There's an atmosphere and an ambience about it that exists even at this state of development. Just looking at some of the off-airport structures. It's beautiful. What looks like a church coming up. Yeah, that's lovely. All in all, very nice modelling. In its current state, you can see that there's more to do, but in its current state, it's eminently usable and a very nice product. And best of all, it's free. So we just start with a couple of quick close-up shots of the ramp area. Here's my aircraft parked on stand 15. And you can see the jetways, the ground markings. Okay, these maybe look a little bit too bright and a little bit too new. And obviously the whole thing is missing the usual oil stains and around the tarmac, but I'm sure that probably will be added later. And there's the airport sign on the side of the building. Again, this building looks really good, but it does need some weathering to improve it. Those of you who are keen-eyed will have noticed you've got the visual guidance docking system installed. There is a plug-in that goes with this scenery. Some of you may already have it installed as part of other sceneries that will allow the visual guidance docking system to work. And jetways themselves look perfectly acceptable, no problem there at all. And just to show you there the signage in both Norwegian and English. So as you can see, landside is a work in progress. It would be really nice to see this done to a really high standard. Would really make this scenery sort of take off, as it were. Quick look at the helicopter base and the helicopter stands and terminal. As you can see, nicely modelled. The helicopters look wonderful. The helicopter stands all properly delineated there as well. And the terminal building, hangars, and as we've said, hopefully work to do to improve the parking. But there's an overview landside of the airport showing you the way in and the road system. Again, all of this, if it was properly done in 3D, properly modelled with more attention to detail, would really make this scenery stunning. But yeah, work in progress, and I'm sure as time goes on it will work out. So lastly, a high level shot there. Let's turn the lighting down to dusk and have a look at the lighting generally here. Okay, it's 11:15 in the evening, local time, and as you can see the sun is all but gone. Remember, we're up in the high latitudes here during the summer. It's June at the moment, 2023, when this video is being filmed. So obviously as you go further north, the daylight lasts a lot longer, so we're now nearly up towards 11 PM and you've still got quite a bit of daylight there. But the lights have come on and generally everything looks quite pleasant there. There's the setting sun, and as you can see you've got the hangars down here to the right and part of the runway lighting that's coming on, and the odd bits of light here and there that make it look pretty good. And there's a nice shot of the sun going down there in the distance. And looking in the other direction, there you've got some lighted hangars in the top left there. I mean, it's very, very nice. The ambience is really impressive. Let's get down to the ramp and have a look at how it looks for you pilots. So perfectly adequate lighting on the stands for you. There's my aircraft parked on 16. Terminals nicely lit. I can't see any Asobo globes floating around, which looks good. You've got green centerline taxiway lighting there too. So a little move across the airside ramp, and as you can see, the lighting is perfectly acceptable. No asobo globes. There's the green centerline lights, and you've also got blue airfield edge lights. Taxiway lights look good, or taxiway signs I should say. Here's the control tower, and I believe that's the fire station down there. And it's only in these back sort of off airport areas where you start to see asobo globes providing some of the lighting. And as we move across the ramp towards the taxiway, here's a good example of how good the lighting is down here. Marvellous job. The wigwags work, as you can see. Signage is excellent. And everywhere you look, the signs are there in the right place. Little bits of drop down lighting on some of the buildings which just add to it, although this area to a great extent is marked as unused. But as you can see here, off airport buildings, some vehicles, it's nice lighting. It really does add a little bit of ambience and atmosphere to the whole place. So just travelling back across towards the airport central area, a look at the lighting and the ramp in general. It looks nice. It's very nice. It's another airport that comes to life a little bit in the darkness hours. Modelling is lovely. More work to do, of course. There we go, blue airfield edge lights and taxiway signs. And here's another look at the helicopter base, and again, lighting on the buildings looks wonderful. The crane is a nice touch. It just shows that there's construction going on. And it's all rather impressive. I like it. Okay, so let's drop it down to night time. So it's exactly midnight local time here. Remember, it's June 2023 when this video is being filmed. So as you can see, it never really gets totally dark. You've got this beautiful dusk, deep dusk lighting surrounding the whole airport location. But as you can see, the lighting generally on the airport has come up quite nicely. You can see the blue airfield edge lights, centerline lighting looks good, and the ramp area is very well lit for both the helicopter base and the airport parking itself. And just a quick look from this angle gives you a good view of the ramp and how well and brightly it's lit, and the runways and taxiways all look really good and are well defined even in the darkness hours. And another view there looking across to the other building that's lit. And finally a last look, looking up there towards the other end of this runway. So a quick tour across the ramp at night time. As you can see, the lighting's fantastic. Everything is perfectly acceptable. Would have been nice to see the control tower lit, but hopefully that will happen over time. As I said, this is a work in progress. He's released 7 updates to get to this point so far, so he's working on it. And as far as I know, nobody else is working on Stavanger. But it's very nice. And here we are coming across to the helicopter base. And this whole thing just looks really good. Can't wait to see the finished version. Once again, a quick look at the wigwags and the signage. And there you go, the whole thing looks brilliant, very, very impressive. Okay, 7 AM and time to give you my conclusions. Like I said, as far as I can see, nobody else is or has been working on Stavanger for Flight Simulator 2020, at least not yet, so this is the only version of this airport available. As also, wombiiactual has done a fantastic scenery and rendition of BERGWN, which, to be honest, quite closely rivals the RD Presets payware version. And he's also included some files that fixes the bridges around. This guy is a good developer, pays great attention to detail, and if you liked his BERGWN scenery, then I can't think of any reason why you're not going to like this. In its current state, it's eminently usable. It's a really nice airport in a nice location, all the facilities you'll need as a pilot, and a few more that you can just enjoy and look at. Helicopter jockeys are taken care of as well. We're close to the North Sea, so I mean, it's great. It's a really lovely airport. Best part about it is it's free. So it's available on flightsim.To. I've no hesitation at all in recommending this, even in its current state. There is ongoing development, and I think the guy deserves a good thumbs up for what's been done so far. So there you go, folks. Hopefully a shorter review for you today. More work to do on this, as I've said, and he's continually updating it. So this is Stavanger, Sola Airport in Norway, Echo November Zulu Victor. Freeware scenery by wombiiactual, available on flightsim.To, and its current version is 2.0.12 for the PC version of FlightSim 2020. Download is 184.5 meg, and it installs at 840 meg, so it's not huge, but it's not small either. Really, really nice. Also note that it requires one additional file that he's developed, and it's called wombiiactual-assetpack-enxx, which you can also find on flightsim.To, which is free. Yep, a lovely airport, thoroughly recommended. Not a huge install, but you get so much for it, and for those of you who like to fly in and out of Norway, this is a must. So there you go, this is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, wrapping up another review of another freeware scenery, a wonderful product, I have to say. Thank you for joining me. If you've been wondering about this, yeah, no hesitation in recommending it. Go and get it. I apologise for the lateness of this review. Things have been happening here, and I've had to sort of wait until Friday to get this released, hopefully. But thanks for joining me, folks. I appreciate all of you who watch my videos and who have subscribed and who interact in the comments below. It's really nice to talk to you and to get to know you, and I'm hoping to sort of grow this channel a little bit more. So I hope to try and get an adventure video or something different for you in, possibly over the weekend, and we'll of course have at least 2 new scenery reviews next week, one of which will be in South America. We will be going to the very southern tip of South America to look at the scenery that I've been given to look at. So yeah, look out for that. So thanks again, folks. I will see you in the next video. You take care. Bye bye now.